We are 20 days away from the release of WWE 2K24, and we're still waiting for these guys to give us some content, some type of gameplay dive on either Universe mode or MyGM mode. But today, I'm back and talking about MyGM mode. Shout out to y'all for the support on that MyGM video. So we back at it. Let's go on ahead and get into it, y'all. So some improvements about MyGM. MyGM came back in 2K22. 23 was a drastic improvement, and so far, based off the description for WWE 2K24 and what they told us so far, it does look like there's going to be another drastic improvement as well within WWE 2K24. Now, some of the improvements that I do want to see and that I haven't seen talked about by them yet is being able to assign different titles to different brands. If I don't want to use the Universal Championship for SmackDown, I should be able to assign another belt to my show. I don't know why it feels like we're so restricted in MyGM mode, and I get it, it's playing catch up, but there's so much in MyGM mode that still needs work, and I get it. Maybe they don't want it to be the same as Universe mode and so much creativity and just so many options, because you still want to make those two modes different. But being able to like maybe put even the World Heavyweight title, and I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about the old one, as your SmackDown title. Why can't we do things like that? It's just the little things and just the little options for freedom seems to not be there for MyGM mode, and I get it, it may take time, but things like that are so simple that I feel like there's really no excuse for it. We should be able to assign different titles to our brand if we want to. That's just the way I feel about it. And boy, oh boy, this to me is one of my biggest pet peeves with MyGM mode, is the face heel, all the classes. Like, I hate it. I hate it. Personally, I do, and I get it. There's faces and there's heels and there's different classes like Powerhouse and stuff like that. But why do I need to do Powerhouse versus a Cruiserweight or some sort of thing like that to get the stars necessary that I need to get a good rating for a match? Why can't I put two faces in a match, and what I'm producing or what the match looks like in the show should be what that counts for that rating? That's another reason why I don't play MyGM mode as much, because it feels like you're still running your own show, but you're running it on the game's time. It's not your time. I can't put Cody Rhodes and John Cena in a rivalry because they're two faces and now it's not going to deliver, because the game is so under the impression that it needs to have a heel and a face or something like that just to get the match going and the match ratings to go up. We've seen plenty of matches where two heels go at it or two faces go at it. I mean, for example, Rhea Ripley, I know she's really over with the crowd, but that's another one. She hasn't really done a face turn yet. She's still heel. Nia Jax, heel. But guess what? They're still going to go into Elimination Chamber and probably have a good match. Why is that not possible in WWE 2K24? I don't know, and it's really one of my biggest pet peeves with this game. They need to change that, and I know that there's a fix around it where you can create your own custom roster and make everybody a specialist class, and that way you can kind of do your own thing. But there is no reason why I should be having to go through that. There's no reason why match ratings should depend on whether you put a heel or a face together or what type of class or powerhouse you put together. It just shouldn't be like that, and I feel like the match ratings are not consistent whatsoever, and that's what needs work the most. That's what makes it hard for me to play and really stay consistent with MyGM mode. Another improvement for me is that it's very limited with the match types, and I heard that this year they're going to come a little different with the match types, allowing us to do more. But the fact that there was not a Royal Rumble or anything like that in WWE 2K23 is a little worrisome. That is one of the biggest parts of WWE, of your Universe mode, when you do have a Royal Rumble. How come that is not in MyGM? That is an automatic storyline starter right there. I'm not sure why that's not in there. Royal Rumble winner, all that should be in there in 24 in my opinion, and it would be a big fail if they don't get that in there, because like I said, that's a storyline starter. Your Royal Rumble winner versus your WWE champion for the next 2-3 months, and that's your storyline. I don't know what's going on with that, but that needs to be in the game in WWE 2K24. And custom shows. So you start in the indies, you build your way up, but why can I not make my own custom show and be the GM with my own custom GM, which you can be a custom GM, but you can't do a custom show. But my point is, why can't I just go through the same story branch as going through the indies, building my own show, this, that, and the other? It seems like you're in the indies, you're either doing SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and that's pretty much it. I'm not sure what's going on there neither. And I get it, you got Universe mode for all that, but what if I want to run my GM mode with my own custom show? What's so hard about that? I just feel like the lack of customization is lacking in MyGM, and that's part of the reason why it's not doing so well, at least in my eyes. I feel like they need to do some improvements, really change some things, and I think that MyGM mode is going to pick up. And lastly, the last thing I have for this is the budget. Let us make the budget bigger. Give us that customization. Let us choose. If we want $5 million, let us do $5 million. If I'm not mistaken, 2.5 million is the max. I'm not completely sure on that. Let me know down below if I am wrong, which I don't think I'm far from wrong. But they need to go on ahead, extend that budget for us a little bit more. Let us draft more roster guys or women, whatever the case is. Let us do that, man. I feel like we just be lacking when it comes to this, man. Like, we just need more. MyGM mode has the potential to be a great mode. It's something that I haven't really been able to fully sit down and dedicate myself to and really catch on to it. But I think with some of these improvements that we are talking about, I think MyGM mode could be a really, really, really good mode. And that's just my take on it. Lastly, this is really far-fetched, and I'm pretty sure this is already confirmed that it ain't happening this year. But a MyGM co-op feature. Why can't I not go online with my friends, invite them to a MyGM league or whatever you want to call it, MyGM brand, and they can't pick their own brand, I can't pick my own brand, and we can draft together, run the show, and just go through the branches of the storylines and what's going on with match ratings, money, trading. Why can't I do that with my friends? Why not? I just feel like that is such a feature that is in most sports games. You got Madden, 2K. Why is that not in there? And I've reiterated this before in previous videos, but it really upsets me how they leave that behind. We've been asking for an online universe mode for years. At least I have. I know people that have as well. I can't speak for everybody. MyGM mode, that is the perfect mode for you to go online because there is not as many elements as universe mode, because universe mode has a lot of customization. MyGM, not so much. So there you go. You can give people that freedom to go and play online with their friends, invite their friends, do whatever they want. Like I said, they just lacking. There's so much that they can do with the MyGM mode, which I'm hoping 25 they add this feature in there. But I have a feeling it'll probably get set back and they'll probably add more elements. And listen, I like single player gaming and stuff like that, but it would be so cool, especially for content, if you can play online with your friend. But those are just some of my improvements that I would love to see in WWE 2K24's MyGM mode. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And before we get up out of here, just want to let you guys know that we are giving away a free copy of WWE 2K24. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Follow the directions to the side of the screen on Twitter. Go there, follow, retweet, do all that, and you will be eligible for a free copy. And we do have a launch stream for WWE 2K24. Stay tuned for more details on that. Giveaways, all types of stuff is coming. I'm gonna make sure to catch y'all. Peace.